Oh snap, Glaze is going live.
Good day. Thank you for joining me. Hey, just in case you're joining me for the very first time, I'm your host, the one they call Brian Glaze Gibbs. And this is my channel, this is my platform, this is my ministry. What I do is I talk about the good, I talk about the bad, I talk about the ugly. What I try to do is I try to dig deep and share some of my life experiences, some of the things that me and others that I've been a part of, what we've been through, and hoping that the words that come out of my mouth can register and hit somebody's heart, their mind, their spirit, and stop them in their track, and stop them from going down that wrong road. Stop them from picking up that brick, throwing at that prison wall for absolutely nothing. Today, what I'm going to talk about is this, man. I'm going to talk about two, people that are no friends. May they so rest in peace and their spirit be lifted. And the crazy part about it, most of the people that I talk about, guess what? They're the dead. Okay? They in the graveyard. Or they in the penitentiary. Folks, look at that. They either in the graveyard from a violent death or they in the penitentiary for crime. And what I'm trying to do is get people to understand that it's not worth it. It doesn't pay. I don't care what anybody say. A lot of times when you're young, you're dumb, and you're undereducated, and some of us was educated. Some of these guys was very highly educated, but yet and still they got caught up into that fast street life, and they fell in love with the street, light, camera, action, and that fast dollar, and all what money can represent. And people do not understand right now, all money is not good money. So with that being said, I'm going to talk about my man, the late Lanny Dillon, may so rest in peace, LD, and Eric Steele, a.k.a. Tweety. Like I said right now, is with these individuals right now, like their death coincide with one another. Young man, young, smart, good guys. But the difference right now was, had they been brought up in a whole totally different environment, opposed to that urban, the concrete jungle, New York City, you know what? Guess what? Their life could have been totally different. Okay, to me, like I say, I'm going to talk about Eric Steele, a.k.a. Tweety, and Lanny Dillon, a.k.a. LD. These guys, they didn't have to die. And even right now, guess what? Let me rephrase that. We all gonna die. We all gonna die. But yet and still, their destiny didn't have to, they both didn't have to be gunned down. They both didn't have to be gunned down in the streets of New York City. Right now, that could have been prevented. How? How can it be prevented? You know what? Let's go back. Okay, at one point in time, my name is Brian Glaze Gibbs. And at one point in time, I was a snotty-nosed kid. Okay? Was I a tough guy? No, I wasn't a tough guy. I used to be a church boy. I used to be going to Boy Scout. I used to sing on the choir. I used to be on the usher board. Yet and still right now is growing up in the Bedford-Stuyvesant section, back and forth through South Carolina, and, coming back to New York. See, one thing I love about New York as a kid, growing up in New York, what I learned, diversity. People are people. So right now, you grow up into that. When you grow up, you're in that melting pot. In a melting pot, you grow up with every nationality. So race was an issue. People was people. You had good people and bad people of every nationality. So, but I was afforded the opportunity each and every year during the summertime. I used to go down to South Carolina. And even right now, when I was down in South Carolina taught me mannerism. And that's the first time I experienced any type of racism when I was down in South Carolina. So I, to me, had the best of both worlds. And sometimes I wish I would have stayed and lived in South Carolina, because I felt if I would stay and live in South Carolina, went to school, went to trade school, right now is I would never have became Brian Glaze Gibbs, a career criminal. Okay, so to say all that, to say this is, to me, I got two friends, Lanny and Tweety. And basically right now is what happened. We all got caught up into that street life, the drug, fast money. So even with that being said, I became, a drug dealer. At one point in time, I used to hate anything had to do with drugs because I used to see the impact as a kid, what drugs did to people. But anyway, right now is, guess what? When you get caught up and you start doing robberies and doing stupid things at a young age, and you come out and you got 4 felony, who gonna give you a job? What corporation gonna give a career criminal a job? So you know what? Guess what? You try and you get a job and you make a minimum wage.
Just got my copy of Beyond Lucky by Brian Glaze Gibbs. Thank you so much for sending me my personalized autographed copy. I've had the pleasure of knowing you for a long time, so I'm really excited to get to know some of your stories and what made you you and how this redemption came about. I know you're a changed man, and I'm looking forward to seeing the whole process of how it happened. Thank you.